read this morning that Donald Trump is possibly firing or replacing the president of the CFR, Consumer Protection Bureau, and that's responsible for managing Dodd-Frank. So it's going to be interesting, but you used to want to find a client that had a bunch of cash. And if they have enough cash to pay for the real estate, then that's okay. But if they don't, and you got to borrow money, you got to play by the rules that have been set up, which don't always make sense. All right. So, the conversion code. If you're interested in following along, I've got a couple extra copies. Come see me afterwards, and I'll give you a copy of this. Every once in a while, you having, whether you see something or you hear something or you read something, you have an aha moment. And I had a couple of aha moments reading this book, and I want to share them with you. But I look at this book as a how-to if you want to. There are a lot of folks that show you exactly how to do it and what you should do, but it's going to be up to you to decide if you actually want to do it. Because y'all know there are so many different things we're supposed to be doing all at once, and all we're here to do is give you some advice on what you could be doing and show you how to do it. And then talk to us if it's something you think you should be doing. But we're going to spend the next couple weeks talking about some great tips in this book that focus all around how to capture leads, create appointments, and actually close them. So the aha moment, I asked myself, well, what is my new excuse for not picking up the phone and calling people? Does anybody know what the excuse is? It's technology and software. Oh, I'll just put them on this drip campaign, or I'll send them an email, or I'll just shoot them a text, or they probably liked my Facebook post, so they know what I'm up to. I don't need to physically call them. If you're trying to sell someone something or close a deal, you got to call them. I mean, y'all talk to your clients. I don't know if anyone here has ever done a deal without actually talking to their client on the phone. Has anyone done a transaction just communicating via email and never talking to them? Okay. Never picked up the phone once? Just did it. Okay. Well, I hope you'll report back to us, and I hope it closes. It is odd. That's why the world needs real estate agents. It's because we communicate with people. And you will be so amazed if you just pick up the phone and call some folks what actually happens, especially when it comes to leads. It happened the other day. Someone walked up to me and said, you need to call so-and-so. They just settled a large case, and they want to buy some land. He said, you need to write this name down now. So I wrote it down, and I went and found them on social media, and I found their phone number and called them. The old rentals would have just sent them a message on Facebook or LinkedIn, hey, I want to connect with you, blah, 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 blah. No, I picked up the phone and called them. And that's what is really effective today. But I've been using the excuse of technology because I'm too busy. It takes like a minute to pick up the phone and call somebody. It's really easy. So here's 3 questions. Do you already have internet leads but need help turning them into appointments? And do you have plenty of leads right now to call but just need to know what to actually say? If you answer yes to any or all of these 3 questions, then I hope you'll try to attend our next business meetings over these next 2 months, because you will know how to, but you've got to decide if you want to. We're going to give you lots of tips and really almost a play-by-play guide on what to actually do at certain stages. But there is a little creed you have to follow. And this was another aha moment that and we'll talk about that, it's true. So the Conversion Code Marketer's Creed is leads are people too, image is everything, Facebook is the internet, This is really true. Analytics are overrated, and every word counts. If you get 1 billion views on your YouTube video, but nobody comments or contacts you about it to say, man, that's amazing, can you come sell my house? Does it matter if 1 million people viewed that? Sometimes we look at the analytics too much. But when I read this book, and in one of the chapters, Chris Smith talks about it, that Facebook is now the new internet. What do people go to do on Facebook? They go to check in on people. They go to look around. They post comments. No one yet is going to Facebook and typing in, who's the best real estate agent in Columbus, Georgia? That's what they do and go to Google. They go to Google or YouTube, how to sell your house without an agent. How to sell your home in Columbus, Georgia. They go to Google to do what? To search. Facebook is where you catch them before they enter any search terms. Does that make sense? And people are on Facebook. It's like you go to a party to meet people and pick them up and find out what they want to do before they go home and say, God, we want to sell our house next weekend. Who do you think we should call? Let me go to the yellow pages. Oh, they look great. No. Facebook is where people are interacting all day long and for hours. And if you can catch somebody on Facebook before they've gone to Google and enter a search, right now it is very, very affordable. Because all of the big companies, the Budweisers, the Apples, all the Fortune 500 companies are still spending billions of dollars on Super Bowl ads and traditional marketing, and they haven't started spending money on Facebook like they should yet. So that may happen in the next 24 or 36 months. So we're covering kind of chapter 1 today, and what I really want to focus on is explain the difference between landing pages and websites. Everybody knows what a website is, right? They've been around for years. I don't need to explain to you what a website is. But what is a landing page? This is from Wikipedia. So a landing page, sometimes known as a landing capture page, is a single web page that appears in response to clicking on a search engine optimized search result or an online advertisement. I'm going to show you some examples. The landing page will usually display a directed sales copy that's a logical extension of the advertisement, search link, or result. Landing pages are often linked to from social media, email campaigns, or search engine marketing campaigns to enhance the effectiveness of an ad. And the general goal of a landing page is to convert site visitors into leads. What websites have been doing and are very good at is providing information. But what a lot of websites are having trouble with now is converting visitors. So a simple example is YouTube. When I get to the end of your YouTube video, other videos pop up. There's no window that says, hey, if you want to be the first to know about my next property coming up for sale, enter your email address here and I'll send you a link. YouTube generates billions of viewers all day long. But what it has a hard time doing is capturing and converting that traffic into something. So websites are still a great place to focus and generate traffic. But what landing pages do is they convert that traffic into sales and leads. And how do they do that? I want to show you all real estate examples because I thought that would be most appropriate. You all are familiar with these. This is a landing page on the Joe Taylor Group's website. It says, get your home's value. Custom report includes accurate and updated information. Enter your address and click continue. So I entered an address, click continue, and the next page pops up. You're one step away from finding out the value of your property I just entered a random address because I didn't want them getting my information and calling me. And so To get that information, you've got to enter your first name, last name, email, phone number, and choose your time frame. Time frame. And click Get Your Valuation. So what happens, y'all know how this particular one works. It's a home valuation landing page. You enter that information, and then in a few minutes, you're emailed a valuation report of a property. I know some of y'all have used that. There's nothing else to do on this landing page. Notice, you can click the small links at the top, but imagine if you see an ad on Facebook that's targeted to people that live in Maple Ridge. And you have a little ad on Facebook that says, Maple Ridge home values increased 5% last month. Did yours? And that link takes you to this landing page. And it says, get your home's value. And that person enters their address and then their information. That's what a landing page does, is it converts that traffic. What we've done in the past is, if you ran a little ad that said, Maple Ridge homes increased by 5% last month, want to know the value of your home, and they click on the link, and you have a beautiful PDF or image displaying all the statistics and the homes that have sold in Maple Ridge for the last month that's just on your website. So all that visitor is going to do is look at it. There's no way to capture their information. Landing pages capture that information. As another example, I thought this is a really great idea. This is a template from a landing page company, and it's titled Construction that Builds Value Every Day. Subscribe and get notified when the first condos become available. So if someone was marketing a new development or a neighborhood, maybe your little ad would say, Maple Ridge homes spend an average 8 days on the market. Want to know when the next one becomes available? Click here. And that link from Facebook or Twitter or Instagram takes you to this landing page. And look, it's really simple. Landing pages are simple and have one function: to get someone to enter their information. And they enter their information, and now you have it, and you can email them when properties come available in Maple Ridge. Landing pages are your best option if you need to generate leads as quickly as possible. Because if you just started or you've been in the business a while, chances are maybe your social media presence is generating more traffic than your physical website. We can sit down with you and look at that. Websites are still great. I'm not saying you do not need a website, but if you have a website that is generating a lot of traffic, you may want to look at landing pages and how you can convert some of that traffic into leads. But if you don't have a website, you may want to look at landing pages as a way to generate some traffic, because out of those examples I showed you, we didn't have anything about a real estate agent and how great of a person you are and what you like to do and who you are and who you're associated with. It's very simple. That's a page that's connected to a link somewhere with an offer. Big companies do this all the time. Best Buy. You may see an ad scroll up. Want to be alerted of the items being offered on our Black Friday sale? Click here. And then Best Buy has a contact sheet that says enter your name, information, and what you want to be notified about. It's really simple. It didn't say anything else. But if you don't have a website, or if you do have a website, you should probably look at landing pages as how you can grab some of that traffic that's on your Instagram account or your Facebook account or your YouTube account. I'm going to give you 3. Don't sign up for any. Just look at them so you get a better understanding of what it's about. One is Lead Pages, Instapage, and Unbounce. Most of these charge a monthly fee. So that's why I say don't sign up for one. We're actually going to have a class, I may schedule one next week, to go a little deeper into landing pages and kind of show you how the platform works. So we could do a demo here. If you want to schedule a demo with them on your own time, that is perfectly fine too. But I've signed up for one. I'm going to show you how you can make a landing page work. Because what I've found is, if you do a demo with one of these companies, their main goal is to what? Get you to sign up and sell. I mean, one of these may work better for someone that doesn't have a website. Some of these work better for professionals that have an existing site. It mirrors and kind of goes, it overlays on your website. So there are lots of different purposes. But now you know the difference, hopefully, between a landing page and a website. And you can kind of start to focus on how a landing page could help you capture leads from your traffic. Because the goal is to generate more appointments, close more sales. It's the worst thing that can happen, and it's happened on our company site, and that's why I'm working on it. We get 14,000, 15,000 visitors to our site every month. But what do we know? Like 60% of that is going to property management. So I could create a landing page that says, interested in homes between $700 and $900 a month in North Columbus. Sign up here to be notified when they become available. That would be a way to use a landing page for rental property. Well, there are lots of ways y'all could use landing pages to promote, not to promote, but to capture leads from traffic you're already getting. It could be open houses. It could be a neighborhood you're farming. We'll have a class and help give you some ideas on how you could do that, because these are really easy to set up. They're easier to set up than a website. We've spent a lot of time with y'all learning how websites work, because they're that hub of everything you do. We want to be able to control where the traffic goes. Landing pages help you pull some of that traffic out and help you determine who the quality visitors are, so that you can focus on them and help them purchase or sell real estate. So websites are still very, very important. But y'all know that it takes a while to build that and to generate that traffic. What the landing page does is it helps you aggregate the important visitors that are serious. Because what do we know about Zillow leads and other internet leads that come in is a lot of them they have a very low priority. You've got 100 million people visiting Zillow a month, and only 5.5 million homes sell a year. So 1 billion people visit Zillow, and you're going to tell me that those are all good leads? There's a lot of very low priority. So this is not about generating more leads from your website or your social media presence. It's about generating quality leads. I'd rather have 1 or 2 leads that are high quality than 25 or 30 that I never will have any idea of what they're interested in actually doing. I mean, doesn't that sound more exciting to work with internet leads? A lot of people don't know what they're doing, and you never get a chance to help them understand. So, would anybody be interested in the class on landing pages? Yeah. Okay, I'll put that together. A lot of exciting stuff happening over the next few weeks. And if you want, you don't have to raise your hand now if you're embarrassed about reading this book. I was embarrassed too. Send me a text or email if you want a copy, and I will place one in your box. So I have, I think, 5 or 6 copies left. So thank you all for being here.